I think that Anne Frank's diary has become so significant because it showcases how individuals endure trauma and find hope in nature. Anne was confined to the secret annex for 2 years and was not able to go outside, but she was still able to find peace in the little patch of sky that could be seen through the attic window, and she referenced the chestnut tree that stood outside the secret annex several times throughout her diary as a symbol for hope. I think this message of hope is especially important in our current social and political climate as we all attempt to cope with the struggles of living through a global pandemic. I think we could all benefit from Anne's humanitarian message of showing compassion for others and holding on to hope for a brighter future.
Every time I read Anne Frank's diary, I am left in awe of how optimistic she was. Her dreams and her aspirations never really faltered. She would hear the most horrible things on the radio, yet she still wrote things like, "I still believe that people are really good at heart." And she also wrote, "I don't think of all the misery, but the beauty that still remains."
So one quote that I took away from this class that I find myself thinking about a lot on campus is Anne's advice when you're feeling a little bit depressed. And it's really important to me to remember this because she went through a lot, and even in her situation, she always found a way to feel happy and to be positive. So the quote that she wrote was, "Go outside to the country, enjoy the sun and all the nature has to offer. Go outside and try to recapture the happiness within yourself. Think of all the beauty in yourself and everything around you and be happy." And that's really helped me throughout the semester when I'm feeling a little bit down.
I think something that is valuable about Anne Frank's diary is how it can relate to a lot of people, regardless of the situation, regardless of who you are, the identities you hold.
Anne's story transcends time and place in that it reminds us to use our power and privilege to bring about justice and equity for those who are being oppressed.
I think that her story can be a reminder that we have the power as everyday people in our lives to take action against hate and prejudice. And I think that the tree will serve as a great reminder that we have the opportunity to learn and grow and really be that agent of change.
After taking this course, having the Anne Frank sampling come to the University of Iowa would mean a lot to myself and I feel like a lot of members of our community because of how inspiring Anne Frank's story truly is and how many demographics she's able to touch through her literature at such a young age.
The original tree was a real source of comfort for Anne when she was in hiding, and so I really hope that when this tree enters our community and our campus, that it takes on a similar role for the people here. And I really hope that in the future I see students sitting out on the Pinnacrest around the tree, talking and studying and writing how Anne used to when it was outside her window. And I think she would be happy to know that it is in a community surrounded by art.
The significance of having an Anne Frank tree sapling here on campus is that it continues her legacy alongside showing us that her story remains important and applicable in 2022. This tree is an opportunity to learn and to tell Anne's story for generations to come.